Hello, Wildcats. All right, let's get started with this so we can check your answers. In problem number one, it was a multiplication problem. So we had 18 groups of 12. Okay. So again, we could use the all partials or open array. I like the open array. Okay. So we can break 18 into 10 and 8. Okay. And put those together, and we can break 12 into 10 and 2. Okay. So again, we can do these. So this box right here, this array is a 10 by 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. This box right here is a 10 times 2, which is 20. This is an 8 by 10 or 80. And this is an 8 by 2 is 16. Okay. So if we add all this up, we would get 216. Okay. Next one. It says Natalie saved $248 in 8 months. She saved the same amount of money each month. Okay, so that was our total. This was the number of groups. And we're looking for how many is in each group or each month. So we know that's a division problem. So we can divide 248 divided by 8. So again, we can use the forgiving method. Excuse my squigglies, I'm using the mouse. So we want a group as large as possible. The largest possible, I can do 30 groups of 8. So $30 in each of those 8 months would be, I would use up 240. Okay. That would leave $8 still left. And of course, I can put $1 in each of those 8 months, which 8 times 1 is 8, which is 0. So my total here is 31. Okay. On to the next one. Next one, Michael drove a total of 405 miles in 5 days. So there's a total again. And we knew he drove it in 5 days, excuse me. He drove the same distance each day, so there's equal amounts separating that 405 miles in equal amounts. So again, this is a division problem. So we have 405 divided by 5. So again, I want to group as large as possible. So I can't do 100, but I can do 80, because 80 times 5 is 40 hundreds or 400. 40 tens are 400. Okay, and I subtract, that leaves 5 more miles to separate into 5 groups, so that would be 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, with nothing left over, no remainder here. So if we divided all those days up, we would have 81 miles in each day. Okay, on to the next one. Emma baked 12 batches of blueberry muffins. Each batch has 45 muffins. What is the total amount of muffins Emma cooked? Okay, so we're looking for the total amount. So we have the number of groups. We have how many is in each group. So this must be a multiplication. So 12 groups of 45 muffins. Okay, we don't know that right off the bat, but that will give us the total amount of muffins. So if I draw my open array here, okay, I'm going to break 12 apart. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to make it easier. Even though 12 is one of our multiplication facts, we'll make it easier. And I'll break 45 into 40 plus 5 more. So this box right here is a 10 by 40. So 10 times 40 is 400. This box here is a 10 by 5, which is 50. This array right here is a 2 by 40, which is 80. And this is a 2 by 5, which is 10. If I add these up, 400 plus 50, 450 plus 10 is 460, plus 80 more is 540. Now, if you notice, I must have deleted one of my answers here and put a wrong one in. So there are none here that match that. So the actual answer here, I hope that didn't frustrate you too much. It is 540. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Mary found an artifact that is 12 inches long. Layla found an artifact that is 13 times longer. How long is Layla's artifact? Well, Mary, if we labeled this, Mary's was 12 inches long, and Layla found one that is 13 times longer. So Layla's was 13 times longer than Mary's, which was 12 inches. So now we have a multiplication problem. So if I think about my multiplication facts, I know that 12 times 12 is 144. Okay, and one more 12, because these are 13 12, so if I add one more 12 here, it would equal 156. Okay. All right, next one. And this one says it was held over 5 days. There were 1,250 students total participating in a race. So I know my total. So we're going to need to take that total. We're going to divide it among the 5 days that the race was held. We know it's an equal number, so that's also division. So how many students ran each day? So now we can really group. So if I did 100 students, that would only be 500. So I'm going to go on up to 200 students. And 200 times 5 is 1,000 students. I subtract to see how many students I have left. Okay, so now I want to group. I can't do another 100, but I'm going to drive 50. 5 times 5 is 25, so how about that? So that's a compatible number. So I don't have any students left, and together this is 250 students. So that would be the answer would be D. The next one, they hope to triple the number. Triple means 3 times. So we know this is a multiplication, so we're going to multiply 5,631 times 3. Why? Because they tripled. So again, we can use our array to help us keep track of all the groups. So we're going to have, there are 5 place values here. Oh, excuse me. There are 4 place values. The first one is a 5 in the thousands. So we will multiply 3 times 5,000, which is 15,000. The next place value is 6, but that's in the hundreds, so that's 600. And 3 times 600 is 1,800. The next place value is 3 tens, which is 30. Okay, which is 3 times 30 is 90. And then the last place value is 3. 3. Happens when you rush. That's 1, 1, and 3 times 1 is 3. If we add these up, we would have 15,000 plus 1,800 plus 90 plus 3. So that's 3 ones, 9 tens, 8 hundreds, 6 thousands, and 1 10,000. So 16,893. Okay. Okay, in this problem we have the number of groups and how many is in each group. So we would multiply 16 times 40, okay, to equal the number of the amount of money that they spent. So again, we can use an open array here. 40 is already a nice number, so let's just put that on the side here. 16 not so nice, well, not so compatible. Let's split that into 10 and 6. So 40 times 10 would be 400. 40 times 6 would be 240. Okay, so the total amount of this would be 640. Okay, they're separating the plants into, and that's the word separated right there, so that tells you it's a division. So we're going to separate the 2,625 plants into 3 greenhouses. Okay. Let's start big. I can't do 1,000, but Let's go through our hundreds. Well, 3 times 500 is 1,500. I'm going to jump up. 3 times 7 is 700 is 21. 3 times 800 is 2,400. So 3 times 800 is 2,400. So that leaves me 225. So now I'm going to try, I can't do 100, but I'm going to try 70 because I know 3 times 7 is 21. So that would be 210. That leaves me 15. Now that's a simple multiplication fact. And 3 times 5 is 15. Leaves me no remainder. Okay, so that would be a total of 875. Okay. The next one, 69 fourth graders. The teachers divide them. Well, that's pretty simple there. We're going to divide them into 3 groups of 3. So how many groups of 3 can we make? Well, I'm going to start again. Can I do 10? Sure, that's 30. 3 times 20 is 60, so I'm going to start there. 3 times 20 is 60. That leaves 9. And I know 3 times 3 is 9 with nothing left over, so no students are left out of a group. We got 23 groups that were made. Okay, and now we take the 150 toy cars that he equally divides between himself and 2 friends. This is the key. So we know it's division. We have to know by how many, and so himself and 2 friends makes 3. So we're going to divide 150 divided by 3. Okay. Of course, we know 3 and 15 are compatible. 3 times 5 is 15, so 3 times 50 is 150. Okay. All right, what is the quotient for the expression below? So again, it's straightforward. We'll have 7,488, and we're going to divide that, okay, by 6. So first I can do 1,000 because I know 6 times 1,000 is 6,000. That's an easy number. So what's left? 1,488. Well, I can't use 1,000 again, so I'm going to try. If I do 200, that would be 1,200. So that's pretty close. So 6 times 200 is 1,200. That leaves 288. So now I can try maybe, well, 50 would be 300. So 40 would be 240. Okay, so that leaves 48, and that's a multiplication fact. So 8 times 6 is 48, which leaves us nothing left over. So we have 1,248. So the quotient is 1,248. Remember, bring your questions tomorrow if you're still stuck on any one problem. Good studying and good luck.